The idea of giving up is one of the most emotionally charged and misunderstood concepts in the human experience. We are taught from a young age that quitters never win, that perseverance is the ultimate virtue, and that stopping is synonymous with failure. This cultural narrative, while well-intentioned, creates a psychological prison. It conflates two profoundly different actions, the act of giving up and the act of deciding to stop. Understanding this distinction is not a semantic game. It is the difference between a life of empowered agency and one of quiet desperation, between a psychological wound that festers and a clean scar that signifies healing. Giving up is indeed a psychological stab wound. It is not the act of ceasing an endeavor that causes the damage, but the internal narrative that accompanies it. When you give up, you are not making a conscious choice from a place of strength. You are capitulating from a place of exhaustion, fear, or overwhelm. The internal dialogue sounds like this: I can't do this. I am not strong enough, smart enough, or good enough. This is bigger than me. I have failed. This narrative is a self-inflicted assault on your core identity. It tells you that you are fundamentally lacking. The goal may be lost, but in the process of giving up, you also lose your sense of self-efficacy, your belief in your ability to navigate difficulty. This is the double loss. You lose the external battle, and you then lose a piece of your internal foundation. The energy required to maintain the effort collapses in on itself, turning inward as a force of self-recrimination. This is why giving up feels so hollow, so shameful. It is an abandonment of yourself. Deciding to stop, on the other hand, is an act of profound self-respect and strategic intelligence. It is a conscious, deliberate choice made after honest assessment. The internal dialogue here is entirely different. I have assessed this situation. I have given it my focused effort and applied my resources. Based on the evidence and my current values, continuing on this path is no longer the most aligned or effective use of my energy. Therefore, I choose to redirect my life. This is not a narrative of failure, but one of command. You are not being defeated by the challenge. You are making a decision about the challenge. The goal might still end, but you remain intact. Indeed, you are often strengthened. You have exercised your faculty of choice. You have listened to the data of your energy, your well-being, your changing passions, the market realities, the relationship dynamics, and you have made a call. So, how do we navigate from the territory of giving up to the empowered state of deciding? The journey begins with ruthless self-honesty. You must become a detective of your own mind and a compassionate witness to your own heart. The first step is to identify the source of your desire to quit. Is it a temporary emotional state? Are you tired, hungry, burnt out from a particularly difficult week? Emotional states are real and powerful, but they are also transient. Making a permanent decision based on a temporary feeling is the essence of giving up. If the desire to quit persists after you have rested, after you have taken a break and nourished yourself, then you are likely facing something deeper. Next, you must conduct a clear-eyed cost-benefit analysis that goes far beyond the superficial. What is this endeavor truly costing you? Not just in time and money, but in psychological currency. Is it costing you your peace, your health, your connection with your family, your joy? And what is the potential benefit? Is the potential outcome, even if achieved, worth the present moment sacrifice? We often fall into the trap of the sunk cost fallacy, where we continue pouring energy into something simply because we have already invested so much. We tell ourselves, I can't quit now, look at all I've already put in. This is a dangerous illusion. The resources you have spent are already gone. They are sunk. The only question that matters is, from this moment forward, does continuing to invest my precious non-renewable resources of time and energy serve my highest good? This requires a deep reconnection with your why. Why did you start this career, this project, this relationship, this personal transformation in the first place? Has the why evolved? Has it disappeared entirely? Perhaps you started a business to create freedom, but now the business owns you and creates only stress. The original why is gone. Persevering in that scenario is not virtuous. It is a betrayal of your original intention. Perhaps you began a fitness journey to feel strong and vibrant, but it has become a punishing obsession focused only on a number on a scale. Clinging to that path is not perseverance. It is a misunderstanding of the goal. When the why is dead, the what becomes a hollow shell. To continue is to be a ghost in the machine of your own life. Furthermore, we must dismantle the cultural myth that all struggles are meant to be overcome. Some struggles are not doors to be broken down, but signposts pointing in a new direction. A river does not give up when it flows around a boulder. It decides to take a different path to the sea. The boulder was not a failure for the river. It was data that shaped its course. Your challenges are your data. A repeated unresolvable conflict in a relationship may be data telling you that the fundamental compatibility is not there, not a test of your tolerance for pain. A business that cannot find product-market fit after countless iterations may be data telling you that the world does not need this particular solution, not a test of your blind faith. Interpreting all resistance as something to be conquered is a form of spiritual arrogance. True wisdom lies in knowing when to push, when to pivot, and when to let go entirely. The process of deciding to stop is an active one. It is not a passive collapse. It involves closure. If you are leaving a career, you do not just ghost your colleagues. You transition out, you tie up loose ends, you express gratitude for the lessons. This act of completion is psychologically vital. It marks the event as a conscious conclusion, not a chaotic escape. It allows you to extract the wisdom. Every endeavor, no matter how it ends, is a university of experience. What did you learn about your strengths, your weaknesses, the world, your values? If you simply give up, you are too mired in shame to access these lessons. If you decide to stop, you can graduate with your diploma of hard-won insight. This mindset transforms your entire relationship with failure and endings. When you operate from a place of decision, there are no true failures, only experiments that yielded results. A scientist does not consider a hypothesis that was disproven to be a failure. It was a successful experiment that provided valuable data, narrowing the path to the ultimate discovery. Your life is your laboratory. The relationship that ended taught you what you truly need in a partner. The business that folded taught you crucial lessons about management and finance. The personal goal you released taught you about your authentic desires versus imposed expectations. Ultimately, this is about sovereignty over your own life. To never give up is to make yourself a slave to every path you have ever started. It is to be chained to the ghosts of past decisions. The power to decide to stop is the ultimate expression of freedom. It is you in the present moment, with all your current wisdom and awareness, reassessing the map of your life and choosing the most fertile direction. It is an affirmation that you are not defined by your past commitments, but by your present consciousness. Nothing should die because you give up. Giving up is a slow psychic poison. It should die because you decide. Deciding is a surgical incision that removes what no longer serves to preserve the health of the whole organism. The moment you give up, you lose the battle and a piece of your soul. The moment you decide, you may close one chapter, but you reclaim the authorial pen to write the next. Your energy, your passion, your belief in yourself, these are your most sacred resources. To blindly pour them into a dry well because of an outdated slogan is the real tragedy. To consciously, courageously choose to redirect that life force towards a future that is alive with possibility, that is not giving up. That is growing up. That is stepping fully into the power and responsibility of designing a life that is not just endured, but truly vibrantly lived.